I once again humbly request all the delegates to take their seats as our dignitaries have arrived in the green room. They'll be shortly proceeding towards the dais. Thank you. I request all those who are standing at the back, kindly take your seat. It's a moment of immense pride and honor to announce the arrival of our dignitaries. Please give a warm welcome with a round of applause. Justice is the constant and perpetual will to allot every man his due. Distinguished luminaries of the bench and dedicated senators of the legal aid movement, Sadar Pranam. I am Simranjeet Kaur, Secretary, District Legal Services Authority, Haridwar, and it's my absolute honor to serve you as anchor for this inaugural session. Today, we are gathered for the North Zone Regional Conference on Enhancing Access to Justice. This is not merely a formal meeting, but a sacred congregation of minds committed to the last mile of judicial delivery system. From the dense forest where our tribal brethren dwells, to the resilient heart of acid attack survivor and the innocent eyes of our children, our deliberations over the next 2 days seek to ensure that the majesty of law is felt in the humblest of cottages. I most respectfully request to our chief guest, Honorable Mr. Justice J.K. Maheshwariji, my lord, to kindly allow to commence this proceeding for the inaugural session. Thank you, my lord. I am profoundly grateful. Tradition teaches us that wisdom begins with the seeking of light. I most humbly request the Honorable Chair to, esteemed Lordship, to kindly grace us by lighting the lamp. Astu ma sadgame, tamso ma jyotirgame. From the darkness of ignorance to the light of legal empowerment, as our motto of Uttarakhand Judicial Legal Academy. May this flame symbolizes our collective resolve. Thank you, Lordships. Moving to our next segment. In our tradition, a welcome is not just a gesture, but an offering of respect. Today, we express our gratitude through a symbolic token of Ransinga, historically known as battle trumpet, is a traditional majestic wind instrument from Himalayan region. Presenting it as a memento honors the recipient's connection to the spirit and heritage of mountains. I now humbly request Honorable Chief Justice, High Court of Uttarakhand, Shri Manoj Kumar Gupta ji, Patron-in-Chief of Uttarakhand State Legal Services Authority, to offer a token of our reverence and gratitude to Honorable Mr. Justice J.K. Maheshwari ji, Chairman, Supreme Court Legal Services Committee, Honorable Judge, Supreme Court of India. Thank you, Lordship. I humbly request Justice Shri Manoj Kumar Tiwari ji, Executive Chairman, Uttarakhand State Legal Services Authority, Judge, Honorable High Court of Uttarakhand, to offer this majestic Ransinga as token of gratitude to Honorable Mr. Justice N. Kotiswar Singh ji, Judge, Honorable Supreme Court of India. Honorable, my sincere apologies. I request Justice Tiwari ji to kindly offer this memento to Honorable Judge Sandeep Mehta ji, Honorable Supreme Court of India. I request Justice Shri Alok Kumar Verma ji, Chairman, High Court Legal Services Committee, Judge, Honorable High Court of Uttarakhand, to felicitate Honorable Mr. Justice N. Kotiswar Singh ji, Honorable Judge, Supreme Court of India. Thank you, Lordships. We are honored by your benign presence. We are truly honored to have your guidance as we navigate these 2 days of deliberation. Words of welcome are like opening note of a symphony. To grace the occasion and officially welcome our galaxy of legal luminaries, I now humbly request Honorable Mr. Justice Manoj Kumar Tiwari ji, Executive Chairman, Uttarakhand State Legal Services Authority, to deliver the welcome address. Your Lordship.
Honorable Mr. Justice J.K. Maheshwari, Judge, Supreme Court of India and Chairman, Supreme Court Legal Services Committee. Honorable Mr. Justice Sandeep Mehta, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Honorable Mr. Justice Kotiswar Singh, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Honorable Mr. Justice Manoj Kumar Gupta, Chief Justice of the High Court of Uttarakhand and Patron-in-Chief, Uttarakhand State Legal Services Authority. Chief Justices and Executive Chairman of North Zone States, Mr. Justice Alok Kumar Verma, Chairman, High Court Legal Services Committee, High Court of Uttarakhand, and other brother judges of Uttarakhand High Court. Honorable judges from High Courts of the North Zone States, distinguished delegates from the North Zone States, Advocate General S.N. Babulkar, President Mr. D.C.S. Rawat, Secretary High Court Bar Association Saurabh Adhikari, Mr. Sanjeev Pandey, Member Secretary NALSA, Registrar General and Member Secretary UK SLSA, esteemed guests, members of electronic and print media, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning to all of you. It is a matter of profound honor and privilege to welcome this August gathering to the North Zone Regional Conference on Enhancing Access to Justice, organized by the Uttarakhand State Legal Services Authority under the aegis of National Legal Services Authority. This conference seeks to strengthen one of the most fundamental pillars of our constitutional democracy, ensuring equal and meaningful access to justice for all. Uttarakhand, revered as Devbhoomi, presents distinctive challenges owing to its difficult terrain and remote habitations. In such a landscape, access to justice cannot remain a mere constitutional aspiration. It must translate into tangible outcomes for those residing in the farthest and most underserved regions. Since its constitution on 20th of March 2000, the Uttarakhand State Legal Service Authority has developed a robust institutional framework. It presently functions through 13 district legal services authorities, 36 Tehsil Legal Services Committees, and 7 permanent Lok Adalats. Our outreach is strengthened by 1,317 para-legal volunteers and 811 legal aid clinics across villages, educational institutions, and custodial settings. In addition, 5 ADR centers and 7 mediation centers supported by 294 trained mediators, continue to promote consensual dispute resolution. UK State Legal Service Authority has consistently undertaken innovative initiatives to bring justice closer to people. The Legal Aid Defense Council system has been successfully operationalized in all 13 districts, ensuring effective legal representation to those in need. Our community-centric initiatives, such as the One Village, One Pro Bono PLV Adhikar Mitra campaign, have mobilized over 1,500 volunteers, while the Litigation-Free Village initiative has led to the certification of 1,842 villages committed to resolving disputes through dialogue and alternative dispute resolution mechanisms. At this stage, it is pertinent to recall the words of Martin Luther King Jr., who stated, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" This profound reflection captures the essence of the legal services movement. It reminds us that the true measure of our work lies in our ability to serve those who are most vulnerable, to uphold their dignity, and to ensure that justice is not merely available, but accessible and meaningful. In furtherance of this commitment, UK SLSA has also engaged in social advocacy through public interest litigations, addressing issues such as the rights of rag pickers and the prevention of forest fires, thereby reinforcing the transformative role of legal service institutions. The theme of this conference, Enhancing Access to Justice, is both timely and significant. It calls upon us to move beyond formal recognition of rights and to ensure their effective realization. The conference will deliberate upon key areas, including the implementation of the Forest Rights Act 2006, human-centric legal aid and prison reforms, comprehensive support systems for acid attack survivors, strengthening protections for women and children, and the integration of technology in legal services delivery. It will also focus on addressing judicial backlog through community-driven initiatives such as the litigation-free village model, which fosters participatory justice and social harmony. This platform offers an invaluable opportunity for the North Zone states to exchange best practices, share experiences, and develop actionable strategies that can bridge the gap between legal entitlements and their actual delivery. I am confident that the collective wisdom and experience of the distinguished participants will lead to meaningful deliberations and concrete outcomes. let us reaffirm our shared commitment to the constitutional vision of justice, social, economic, and political, and strive to translate that vision into reality. At this juncture, I am reminded of the words of Justice Joseph Story, who observed that the law is a jealous mistress and requires a long and constant courtship. It is not to be won by trifling favors, but by lavish homage. This timeless insight underscores the depth of dedication and discipline that the pursuit of justice demands. If we remain steadfast in this commitment, there is little else that we shall ever need in discharging our responsibilities. With these words, I once again extend a warm welcome to all our distinguished guests and wish the conference every success. Thank you.
Thank you, my Lord, for your profound reflection on the evolving nature of legal aid. We are honored to have your wisdom grace this forum and for setting the tone for this session. To set the context of our deliberations over next 2 days, now I have the distinct honor of inviting Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable High Court of Uttarakhand and Patron-in-Chief, Uttarakhand State Legal Services Authority, Honorable Mr. Justice Manoj Kumar Gupta ji, to deliver the opening address. Your Lordship.
Honorable Mr. Justice J.K. Maheshwari, Judge Supreme Court of India and Chairman, Supreme Court Legal Services Committee, Honorable Mr. Justice Sandeep Mehta, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Mr. Justice N. Kotiswar Singh, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Chief Justices from various high courts present here today, Brother Justice Devendra Kumar Upadhyay from Delhi, Brother Justice Arun Bhansali from Allahabad, Brother Justice Sheel Nagu from Punjab and Haryana, Brother Justice Gurmeet Singh Sandhwalia from Himachal Pradesh, Brother Justice Arun Palli from Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, Honorable Mr. Justice Manoj Kumar Tiwari, Judge High Court of Uttarakhand and Executive Chairman, Uttarakhand State Legal Services Authority, Honorable Executive Chairman of the State Legal Services Authorities of the High Court of the North Zone, Honorable Mr. Justice Alok Kumar Verma, Judge High Court of Uttarakhand and Chairman, High Court Legal Services Committee, Honorable Chairman of the High Court Legal Services Committee of the High Courts of the North Zone, brother and sister judges from various high courts, former judges from the High Court of Uttarakhand present here today, Shri S.N. Babulkar, Learned Advocate General for the State of Uttarakhand, Shri D.C.S. Rawat, Learned President, Uttarakhand High Court Bar Association, learned members of the bar present here today, Mr. Sanjeev Pandey, Member Secretary, National Legal Services Authority, honorable speakers for the technical sessions, judicial officers from the District Judiciary from the North Zone states, Mr. Yogesh Kumar Gupta, Registrar General, High Court of Uttarakhand, Mr. Pradeep Kumar Mani, Member Secretary, Uttarakhand State Legal Services Authority, members of the print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning to all of you and a very warm welcome. The true measure of any system lies in how it serves the last person in the queue. These words of Mahatma Gandhi capture perhaps better than anything else the essence of our deliberations today. It is in that spirit that I consider it a matter of deep honor and privilege to be present here in the serene foothills of Mussoorie, a place that embodies the spirit of Dembhumi, to inaugurate a conference of such vital national importance. At the outset, I extend a warm and respectful welcome to Honorable Mr. Justice J.K. Maheshwari, who has graciously consented to be the chief guest of this special session. His Lordship's presence lends both depth and inspiration to this conference. I also extend a warm welcome to Honorable Mr. Justice Sandeep Mehta, who will preside over the second session on prison reforms, under-trial justice, and human-centric legal aid, areas of deep constitutional importance. His Lordship's guidance will greatly enrich our deliberations. I also welcome Honorable Mr. Justice N. Kotiswar Singh, who will co-chair the first session along with Mr. Justice J.K. Maheshwari. His Lordship's rich experience and insights will greatly contribute to our deliberations. We have gathered here to reflect on a theme that lies at the very heart of our constitutional vision, enhancing access to justice. Our Constitution promises justice, social, economic, and political. Article 39A reminds us that access to justice cannot be denied because of economic or other disadvantages. As recognized in Husanara Khatun versus State of Bihar, free legal aid and speedy justice are integral to Article 21. Yet for many, particularly in geographically challenging regions like Uttarakhand, access itself becomes a barrier. Much has already been said about what has been achieved. I would therefore briefly reflect on what access to justice truly means in the lives of the people. For many, access to justice is not merely about reaching a courtroom. It is about being heard, being understood, and receiving timely and meaningful redress. It is about restoring dignity, resolving conflict, and reinforcing faith in the rule of law. Where distance and terrain stand in the way, justice must travel beyond institutions and reach people where they are. This requires a shift from a system that waits for citizens to approach it to one that actively reaches out. It also requires that we move beyond a purely procedural understanding of justice and embrace a more humane, responsive, and inclusive approach, one that is sensitive to the lived realities of those we serve. Access to justice must therefore be simple so that it can be understood, affordable so that it can be pursued, and above all, trustworthy so that people have faith in it. At its core, it is about ensuring that the most vulnerable citizen does not feel excluded from the protection of law. However, access to justice is not only about infrastructure, it is about inclusivity. Barriers of poverty, inequality, and lack of awareness continue to persist. As observed in Khatri 2nd versus State of Bihar, the obligation to provide legal aid cannot be avoided on grounds of financial constraints. This makes the present conference particularly significant. The session on prison reforms, as emphasized in Sunil Batra versus Delhi Administration, 1978, and D.K. Basu versus State of West Bengal, 1997, reminds us that constitutional guarantees do not end at prison walls. Similarly, Vishaka versus State of Rajasthan, 1997, and NALSA versus Union of India, 2014, reinforce dignity, equality, and protection for vulnerable groups. The task before us is to translate these principles into practical outcomes. Initiatives like Nyaya Mitra portal and sharing of best practices are important steps in that direction. But ultimately, access to justice depends on our collective commitment, our willingness to act, and to act with sensitivity. Let us therefore use this platform not for discussion, just for discussion, but for meaningful engagement that leads to tangible outcomes. Let us ensure that the law does not remain confined to books and courtrooms, but becomes a lived reality for those who need it most. From the silent forest to crowded prisons, from vulnerable homes to neglected communities, let the outcomes of these sessions ensure that justice is not distant, delayed, or denied, but present, prompt, and real. May this conference be a meaningful step in that direction. Thank you. Jai Hind.
We owe you a debt of gratitude, my Lord, for highlighting the bridge between legal statutes and social realities. His Lordship's leadership has been instrumental in navigating the complex terrain of legal outreach in this mountainous region. Your words inspire us to act with greater purpose. Thank you, my Lord. We now move to the visionary call with the words of wisdom from Honorable Judges of the Honorable Apex Court. It is an honor to invite Honorable Mr. Justice N. Kotiswar Singh Ji, Judge, Supreme Court of India, to address the gathering. My Lord.
Respected Honorable Justice J.K. Maheshwari Ji, Judge, Supreme Court of India and Chairperson, Supreme Court Legal Services Committee, my esteemed brother and colleague Justice Sandeep Mehta Ji, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Justice Manoj Kumar Gupta Ji, Chief Justice of High Court of Uttarakhand and Patron-in-Chief of the Legal Services Authority of the state, Honorable Justice Manoj Kumar Tiwari Ji, Judge, High Court of Uttarakhand and Executive Chairperson of the state Legal Services Authority, and also Honorable Justice Alok Kumar Verma, Judge, High Court of Uttarakhand and Chairperson of the Uttarakhand High Court Legal Services Committee on the dais, and off the dais, Honorable Chief Justices of Delhi High Court, Allahabad High Court, Himachal Pradesh High Court, Punjab and Haryana High Court, Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh High Court, all the patrons in chief of the respective state legal service authorities, and also the honorable judges from all the states of the North Zone area, and other judges, honorable judges, the executive chairpersons, as well as functionaries of NALSA and the SLSAs, eminent resource persons, other judges present here from the district judiciary, the paragraph volunteers, and the community representatives. A very good morning. सबको आपको सबको सादर प्रणाम. It is indeed a privilege to address this August gathering on this theme, enhancing access to justice, organized by the Uttarakhand State Legal Service Authority under the aegis of the NALSA in this beautiful surrounding, surrounded by hills in Dehradun. Access to justice is not merely a legal dictum, it is linked to the livelihood of millions of people, their struggles in life. It's a part of the development process, and of course, an inalienable part of the rule of law, constitutionalism, democracy, and our future as an emerging great nation. Therefore, this is something, a topic, which not only touches the legal aspects of our country, but linked with our own development and progress in the society of nations. We have promised to ourselves, is clearly reflected in the preamble to the Constitution, that we have promised to ourselves the justice, social, economic, and political. this promise is not merely aspirational, it is enforceable, it is a reality which we must accept, acknowledge, and ensure that it touches upon all citizens of this country, irrespective of the geography, the socio-economic status, literacy, etc. But we must also acknowledge this fact that in spite of our solemn promises and advances made, it remains uneven in many respects, especially for those people who are inhabiting in remote areas, marginalized communities, or economically weaker sections of the society. The justice delivery system do appear to be distant, complex, and at times inaccessible. Therefore, the question before us is not whether justice really exists, but whether it is reachable to each and every citizen of the country. Access to justice, therefore, is not confined to the court. In reality, it's much more than that. It includes awareness of rights, availability of legal aid, affordability of legal process, timeliness of adjudication, and enforcement of rights and remedies. Therefore, it is not mere rhetoric, but it to be realized in the lived reality of the people. Now, what are those basic barriers, of course, which will be part of the discussion as we go through the session today and tomorrow? The basic barriers are geographical, which unfortunately is there in most of these areas in the Himalayan region, northern states of the country. It makes access to court really difficult because of the sheer geographical distance. The economic constraints is there, which can deter individuals from seeking justice. The procedure complexities, so we are also aware, not only in the rural areas, but even in the urban areas. Then we have this awareness deficit also. Many citizens are unaware of their own rights and available remedies. Then, of course, the most vulnerable are the women, children, and tribal communities, and persons with physical challenges. They face additional barriers. Of course, to meet all these challenges, we have a very composite act, all of us know, under which we are functioning, the Legal Services Authority Act of 1987, which has sought to democratize justice in India, and in which the NALSA and the various state legal service authorities have played a tremendous role in providing free legal aid, organizing lok adalats to resolve disputes, conduct legal awareness programs, and ensuring that those who need to be represented are properly represented in all fora, all institutions. However, the effectiveness of these institutions depends not merely on the structure, but also on the active outreach and human-centric implementation. We have seen how the legal service authorities across the country have played a stellar role in ensuring that the under-trial prisoners are given the basic assistance. And we have seen also how bail bond becomes a barrier in timely release of the prisoners. We have an active process in most of the states, very, very proactive role played by various committees to ensure that under trial prisoners who deserve to be released earlier or prematurely are released in time. Therefore, access to justice is not just about the courts, but also about administrative responsiveness, which I can say without any doubt, we have functioned very, very efficiently. Yes, there are many other areas also where it needs intervention, and the institutes, our legal service institutes have intervened, especially in juvenile homes, child, and which require intervention for the protection of the children. I do not wish to go into that. But the role of the judiciary in India is very unique, unlike in many of the jurisdictions of the world. This is the only country perhaps where the judges are required to not only to do adjudicatory role, but also executive role. No other country perhaps has this dual responsibility. Therefore today, we are assembled not as judges. Today we are assembled as the executives of the legal service authority. We do not decide cases. We try to see, we examine, we undertake exercises to ensure that justice is a reality for all the people. This is a basic exercise we are doing, not as judges, but as an executives of these legal service authorities. Yes, what is the way forward? Yes, I believe that our role continue to ensure that the grassroots legal aid movement is strengthened. And we must also try to find out where are the gaps, who are those deserving persons who have been left out, for which we need to constantly update our information, the data. The focus on the vulnerable groups also, we have to see. And continuous training is required for PLVs, and awareness campaigns need to be undertaken at a regular interval. And of course, we have to now use the digital platforms which are available to make our functioning more efficient. These are areas where we need to have, because PLVs, they form the real backbone of our legal service system. It is only through the PLVs, mostly, that we are able to reach out to the vulnerable sections of the society. These are important areas, and we have a very robust PLVs in all the legal service, but they need to be encouraged, empowered in terms of knowledge, skill, so that they can reach out to the maximum. To conclude, I would say that the justice has to be inclusive, to be meaningful. It must be responsive when a need arises. It must be also empathetic to the suffering of the people. Therefore, if justice has to be real, it must be, it show the lived reality of every citizen. And I'm sure with this 2 days conference, we are going to discuss on various aspects of this. This conference will provide the sustenance, the momentum, and the continued strengthening of the legal service movement, a unique responsibility thrust upon the judiciary by our constitution, by the people. Thank you very much.
We express our sincere gratitude, my Lord. Your emphasis on maintaining the human touch within the complex machinery of law is a vital reminder of our core mission to serve the common man. May I now request Honorable Mr. Justice Sandeep Mehta ji, Judge, Honorable Supreme Court of India, to share his thoughts, my Lord.
उत्तराखंड की इस देवभूमि में आप सभी को शुभोदय. My esteemed brother, Honorable Justice Jitendra Maheshwari Sahab, Judge Supreme Court of India, Brother Justice N. Kotiswar Singh, Chief Justice Sri Manoj Kumar Gupta ji, dear Chief Justices D.K. Upadhyay Sahab, Arun Mansali ji, Sheel Nagu ji, J.S. Sandawalia ji, Arun Palli ji, Executive Chairman, Uttarakhand Legal Services Authority, Justice Manoj Kumar ji Tiwari, Executive Chairpersons from the Northern States, Justice Alok Verma, Chairperson, High Court Legal Services Authority, Uttarakhand High Court, dear judges from the Uttarakhand High Court, Member Secretary NALSA, Member Secretary Uttarakhand Legal Services Authority, officers of the registry, Advocate General Uttarakhand, office bearers of the Bar Association, distinguished resource persons, members from the civil society, paralegal volunteers, gracious ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a pleasure and a privilege to be a part of this 2 days conference being organized by the National Legal Services Authority in collaboration with the Uttarakhand High Court to discuss topics which are indeed remarkable. Remarkable because they touch the lives of those who are often forgotten, who are, as we say, at the end of the spectrum. Or in the words of Mahatma Gandhi, they are the real last persons standing. We have to hear the erudite words of my elder brother, Honorable Justice Jitendra Maheshwari Sahab, in this inaugural session. So I will not say much, but I must acknowledge, appreciate and salute the selection of topics for this 2 days workshop. We often see such conferences being organized on exotic topics, on topics which really do not touch the lives of poor people, the marginalized sections of the society. But the choice of topics of this conference, starting from effective implementation of Forest Rights Act 2006, prison reforms, under trial justice and human-centric legal aid, justice for acid attack survivors, compensation, rehabilitation and dignity, and lastly, strengthening legal protection and support systems for women and children. These topics, I'm sure, could only have been conceived when the leader is a person full of human values and kindness. I must salute the Honorable Executive Chairperson of the National Legal Services Authority, my elder brother, Honorable Justice Vikram Nath Sahab, and his team members for having selected these topics for discussion over a period of 2 days. I'm sure that with the fabulous selection of the resource persons who are real experts on all these subjects, the discussions will be vibrant and the results will be fruitful for attaining the objectives, the true objectives of the National Legal Service Authority. I must acknowledge the fantastic arrangements made by Honorable Chief Justice Manoj Kumar Gupta Sahab and his brother and sister judges for this fabulous conference. Every meticulous detail, Honorable Justice Maheshwari and myself were discussing, every meticulous detail, including the placement of an extra mic on the dais so that you have a backup. This is indeed remarkable. This is something to learn. I appreciate the efforts made, Honorable Chief Justice. And once again, I express my sincere gratitude for having been given this opportunity to be a part of this fabulous conference. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Our deepest thanks to your Lordship. Your discourse on making legal representation a tangible reality for the marginalized has truly enriched our collective understanding today. We have now reached the hallmark of this session. It is quoted, "The journey of 100 miles begins with a single step, and a grand symposium like this begins with a vision." I have the distinct honor of inviting our chief guest for this session, Honorable Mr. Justice J.K. Maheshwari Ji, Honorable Judge, Supreme Court of India, and Chairman, Supreme Court Legal Services Committee. My Lord, we look forward for your guidance.
Namaskar. Brother Justice Sandeep Mehta, Brother Justice N. Kotiswar Singh, Justice Manoj Gupta, Honorable the Chief Justices of Delhi High Court, Mr. Upadhyay, Uttar Pradesh, Mr. Bhansali, Punjab and Haryana, Justice Nagu, Justice Andavalia, and Executive Chairpersons of the State Legal Services Authority, Brother Justice Manoj Tiwari, Justice Alok Verma, distinguished sister and brother judges of various high courts, former judges of this court and for Chief Justice of Sikkim High Court, dear panelists, learned Advocate General of the State, President High Court Bar Association and his team, members of the bar, judicial officers, Registrar General and his team of the Uttarakhand State Legal Services Authority, Secretary, the team of the National NALSA, including Secretary of the NALSA as well as other team, forest dwellers who are sitting in front of us for whom this conference is there, जिनके लिए आज ये conference है, वो forest dwellers जो पीछे बैठे हैं, paralegal volunteers, then all respective delegates, gracious ladies and gentlemen. It's a privilege to join for the inaugural ceremony of the North Regional Conference on Enhancing Access to Justice that is in the shadows of majestic Himalayas. There are moments in the life of a legal system when it must pause and ask simple yet a profound question. Are we delivering timely, affordable results to a common man? There are moments in which the legal rights, sometimes we feel it is meaningless if the process of claiming it is too expensive, too slow. Our goal is to ensure that justice is not just a distant ideal, but a tangible reality for every citizen. It is in reflecting questions like these that the true purpose of gatherings such as this conference emerges. We met at a time when idea of justice is being tested not by absence of laws, but the distance between rights and their realization. There is no doubt that society is changing rapidly. In this backdrop, the theme before us are not isolated concerns. They represent the many dimensions of the single urgent question: how do we ensure that the justice is not merely available, but truly accessible to all? In saying this, I reminded of the words of John Rawls. He said that the justice is the first virtue of the social institutions, as truth is the system of thought. A theory, however elegant and economical, must be rejected or revised if it is untrue. Likewise, laws and the institution, no matter how efficient and well arranged, must be reformed or abolished if they are unjust. Friends, access to justice is oftenly spoken. We say it's a constitutional guarantee. How it is being experienced in lives. We have to empower for others with elusive ideas. If it is felt in the confidence with which a person approaches a legal forum, in the dignity with which they are treated, and the timeliness with which their grievance is being addressed, we can reach at the first step of access to justice. When we speak of enhancing access, we are speaking of the proactive effort required to bring the promise of the law to every citizen. In Uttarakhand, this effort begins with our forest-dwelling communities. For the generations, these communities have lived in a state legal invisibility. In the Forest Sites Act 2006, we have the framework to recognize the deep ancestral bond between the people and the land. However, true realization occurs when recognition translates into sustainable livelihood and communal security with realization. Being at the helm of the justice system, our role is to ensure that these communities don't just have a law on their side, but a partner in the legal system who understands them. But what happens when one bond with home is broken? What of a citizen who is taken away from the community and placed behind bars? When we look at a present reforms and under trial justice, we are looking at the most vulnerable point of our legal fabric. In bettering this, we must move towards a human-centric legal aid model. Justice Krishna Iyer once said that spirit of law must be pulsating heart. Access to justice within our presence must ensure that no one is lost in the system for want of voice. Encouragingly, we are seeing a shift from intervention to reform. The development of the software to monitor the premature release of eligible prisoners, Mr. Sandeep Mehta is a part of that. We are doing this. This is one of the significant steps in this direction. That we have developed one application in the state of Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh that the premature release cases where the prisoners are there, nobody is going to see them, then after, in terms of the policy, after completion of that period, their cases must be automatically moved by help of the technology. And it will complete within the time frame as prescribed within the policy. It may be of 3 months or 4 months or 6 months. So we are doing this. What we are doing this, it's an institutional responsibility of ours, and we are discharging this. The issue of under trial justice calls for equal vigilance. There have been instances where even the most basic legal protections have been failed. Such a case where the individual declared to be a juvenile has lodged in regular prison. It was only after court intervened that error was corrected. One cannot help ask how did this happen? And more importantly, how do we ensure it does not happen again? The fact that a person stands accused cannot mean that their protections are diluted. Importantly, such interventions have led to systematic responses, including the formulation of standard operating procedures in matters of juvenility, by introducing greater diligence and caution with direction reform must take. From isolated corrections to institutional safeguards, ensuring that the justice system remain not only effective but humane. If the present system tests our fairness, then our response to supervisors of the violence tests are correcter. We often think of legal process as a race to a verdict. But for a survivor, or a verdict is only a beginning of much longer journey. So what does justice really mean for these individuals? Is punishment for the perpetrator enough? In monetary compensation sufficient to erase this trauma? These are the real questions which we have to answer. This conference, in which, as Brother Sandeep Mehta has rightly said, that Brother Justice Vikram Nath, as well as the Chief Justice and the Chairman of the Executive Legal Services Authority, I was looking for how far this meticulously the topics have been designed. Not only the topics, but for every session, the subtopics and its theme, which has been designed. That is absolutely a framework how we have to proceed in that way. So, friends, what I want to say is the legal protection is only one part of the picture. The real question is how do we build system that people can actually rely upon. For women, it means creating a safe, accessible, and trustworthy reporting mechanism, both physical and digital, where complaints can be made without fear. It means strengthening ICC, ensuring their independence and training. Recently, when we were looking in the case of Dr. Sohail Malik versus Union of India, the issue arose that two officers where the complaint would be filed. It would be filed at a place where she is working. It was hit by Section 11 language. When the issue came, then wherever and it should be filed at a workplace, that must be interpreted to bridging a gap of Section 11. So now this is how and what manner, with an intent to which the law has been enacted, we have interpreted the law and tried to fill up those gaps. Friends, what I want to convey is that interconnected expression of the single truth is justice must travel the last mile. In looking forward, let us enlarge our vision beyond these pillars. Access of justice is a very oxygen of functional democracy. It is silent assurance that every citizen is seen and heard. This endeavor requires constant vigilance, introspection, and reform. It requires us to listen to communities, to individuals, and to each other. In closing, I am reminding the words of the Rabindranath Tagore. He said, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. Access to justice is integral to this vision. It is what enables individuals to live without fear, to assert their right, and to hold their heads high in dignity. As we deliberate over these 2 days, let us commit a version of justice that is not a distant ideal, but a tangible legal reality. The strength of our justice system will ultimately be judged not by complexities, of its doctrines, but by simplicity with which it can be accessed, the fairness with which it operates, and the humanity with which it responds. I commend the organizers for bringing together such a dignitaries gathering to engage with these legal vital issues. I'm sure that this conference would be a milestone in the field of access to justice and in particular to the rights under the Forest Act. Thank you very much for inviting me. Thanks everybody. Jai Hind.
We
Jai
are
Bharat.
profoundly moved and enlightened, my Lord. Your address has not only inaugurated this conference, but has also ignited a renewed sense of duty within each one of us. That true measure of justice in our system is the amount of protection it guarantees to the weakest. We are sincerely beholden, my Lord. Thank you. To conclude this chapter of gratitude, I now most respectfully invite Honorable Mr. Justice Alok Kumar Verma ji, Judge, Honorable High Court of Uttarakhand and Chairman High Court Legal Services Committee to propose the vote of thanks. My Lord.
Namaskar. Honorable Mr. Justice J.K. Maheshwari, Judge, Supreme Court of India, and Chairman, Supreme Court Legal Services Committee. Honorable Mr. Justice Sandeep Mehta, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Honorable Mr. Justice N. Kotiswar Singh, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Honorable Mr. Justice Manoj Kumar Gupta, Chief Justice, High Court of Uttarakhand and Patron-in-Chief, Uttarakhand State Legal Services Authority. Honorable Mr. Justice Devendra Kumar Upadhyay, Chief Justice of High Court of Delhi. Honorable Mr. Justice Arun Vansali, Chief Justice of High Court of Allahabad. Honorable Justice Sheel Nagu, Chief Justice of Punjab Haryana. Honorable Mr. Justice Gurmeet Singh Sandwalia, Chief Justice of the High Court of Himachal Pradesh. Honorable Mr. Justice Arun Palli, Chief Justice of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Honorable Mr. Justice Manoj Kumar Tiwari, Judge, High Court of Uttarakhand and Executive Chairman, Uttarakhand State Legal Services Authority. Honorable Executive Chairman and Honorable Judges of North Zone, including the Honorable Judges of High Court of Uttarakhand. Honorable Justice Mr. V.K. Bist, former Judge of High Court of Uttarakhand and former Chief Justice of High Court of Sikkim. Mr. S.N. Babulkar, Learned Advocate General of State of Uttarakhand. Mr. Sanjeev Pandey, Member Secretary, National Legal Service Authority. Learned District Judges and other judicial officers. Mr. D.C.S. Rawat, Learned President, Uttarakhand High Court Bar Association. Senior advocates and other learned members of bar, distinguished guests and friends. Good morning. It is both an honor and a privilege for me to propose the vote of thanks on this momentous occasion of the inaugural session of North Zone Regional Conference on Enhancing Access to Justice. The august presence of the Lordship from the Honorable Supreme Court of India, Honorable Chief Justices and Honorable Judges of the North Zone indicates the importance of the event. Access to justice is not an abstract ideal but a fundamental human right, the very bedrock of the rule of law. I express my heartfelt gratitude to the Honorable Mr. Justice J.K. Maheshwari, Judge Supreme Court of India, and Chairman, Supreme Court Legal Service Committee for his profoundly illuminating inaugural session address. Lordship, you provided us a visionary and inspiring thoughts. Your inspiring thoughts are the soul of our mission. I am deeply thankful to the Honorable Mr. Justice Sandeep Mehta, Judge, Supreme Court of India, for providing us motivational, encouraging thoughts. Thank you, Lordship. Access to justice is a basic principle of the rule of law. It is a fundamental pillar of democratic governance. Enhancing access to justice through technological integration, legal aid, lok adalat, and a more empathetic approach to litigation. I extend my deepest gratitude to the Honorable Mr. Justice N. Kotiswar Singh, Judge, Supreme Court of India, for his inspiring and encouraging thoughts. Thank you, Lordship. I express my sincere thanks to the Honorable Chief Justice of High Court of Uttarakhand, Mr. Justice Manoj Kumar Gupta, for his invaluable insights and for guiding us in organizing the events. Thank you, Lordship. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Honorable Mr. Justice Manoj Kumar Tiwari, Judge, High Court of Uttarakhand, for his gracious welcome address and for his valuable guidance as Executive Chairman of Uttarakhand State Legal Services Authority. Thank you, Lordship. I extend my deepest gratitude to the Honorable Chief Justices and the Honorable Judges of the North Zone, including the High Court of the Uttarakhand, for their participation and valuable contribution. Thank you, Lordships. I am also thankful to our former Judge, Honorable Justice V.K. Bist, for his guidance and participation. I am also thankful to the district judges, judicial officers, senior advocates, and London members of bar for their participation. A special thanks to the resource persons who have traveled from various districts to participate to the technical sessions. Thank you. I also extend my sincere appreciation to all officers, organizing members and staff of National Legal Services Authority and the Uttarakhand State Legal Services Authority for their contribution and efforts. I am thankful to the members of the press and media for performing an effective role. Thanks. As we conclude this inaugural session and move towards the technical session, I, on behalf of the High Court of Uttarakhand and the Uttarakhand State Legal Service Authority, and on my own behalf, express deepest gratitude and once again, thanks to all of you. Thank you, Lordship. Thank you.
Thank you, my Lord. May this 2 days of deliberation in the Dev Bhumi transform our constitutional vision into a tangible reality and bridge the gap by reaching beyond barriers. For closing this session, now I most respectfully seek permission of Honorable Chair to formally close this session. Thank you, my Lord. Now I humbly request all the dignitaries and delegates to kindly assemble at lounge area for the group photograph followed by high tea. Thank you, Lordship, and thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
एहसास न्याय का सबके लिए, आकाश न्याय का सबके लिए, उल्लास न्याय का सबके लिए, विश्वास न्याय का सबके लिए। अपने इस हिंदुस्तां पर हक हमारा भी तो है, इंसाफ के इस आशिया पर हक हमारा भी तो है। एक मुट्ठी आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो है, एक मुट्ठी आसमां पर हक हमारा भी तो है।
ये ना सोचो दर्द हमारा कहीं सुना न जाएगा, अब न्यायालय खुद चलकर चौपालों तक आएगा। गरीब और कमजोरों को मुफ्त एवं सक्षम कानूनी सहायता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण नालसा, न्याय सबके लिए।